Okay, welcome, beloved soul, to this transmission for Twin Flames. And I guess the divine is getting a little bit more serious. We have created a pathway all around the all around the world, for divine souls to find um, their connection to their divine at the phase they're in, at the phase they are in. So we have created all over the world a pathway. So no matter where the soul is, they will be able to find a connection to initiate them into their divine path. Okay? We all have a different divine path. So this is a new channel. And in this channel, I will be transmitting mostly divine codes for divine unions and twin flames, for the ones that are activated and the ones that are getting activated. Okay, so what's coming in is sexual revolution. Those are strong words, but it's the collective is running this words, and also the divine is like pushing, like, just get to the point. Get to the point. Sexual revolution. So here we go. So we start with the matrix. And the reason I'm going over it is because I need the there's a lot of energy clearing from my throat. So the reason I'm going over the same codes that you might have heard before is because it's a frequency that needs to get activated in the field. So let's start with the matrix. What does the word matrix means? The word matrix comes from matrix, or which is in Spanish is matriz, which is basically our womb. It's a womb of creation. Okay, and we have to understand that the planet we are on, it's a life being. It's a beautiful being that dreamt itself into creation. So back in the heart of source, or the womb of source, whatever all the creation comes in, Gaia, ascended mother Gaia, she was just there sleeping, and she was dreaming. She wanted to be a planet. She wanted to be a planet with all these beautiful libraries of wisdom from galaxies and other universes. And so she created herself. She created physical reality for her to come into existence. So she came down from many, many, many dimensions, slowly creating physicality, which is majestic. Majestic. It's an honor to hold a physical vessel. And she was the one who created her physical beautiful vessel, which we call Earth. But the way I've been guided by my guides is to call her ascended Mother Gaia Sophia, because, well, Gaia, I call her Gaia, but I also call her Sophia Christ. So it's ascended Mother Gaia Sophia Christ. That's where her frequency is at right now. And that's what she wants to introduce into the collective. She is ascended Mother Gaia Sophia Christ. Ascended Mother Gaia Sophia Christ. So matrix means the womb. And her matrix, or the womb of Mother Gaia, was meant to create this beautiful planet full of paradisiacal, like paradise experiences, which are full of bliss and love and unconditional love. And they will fill us up with all that delicious pleasure love. But when she intended this, it was very innocent, and she was just a child herself. That's funny. That's a car passing by. And when this happened, it was just like she was just a child. She was, a little girl too, and she was just dreaming this libraries full of codes, and we had beings from a lot of universes and a lot of galaxies coming in to help her with this creation. Um, yes, extraterrestrials, which means beings not from Earth. Okay, so the reason these beings wanted to co-create with ascended mother Gaia Sophia Christ is because we all have different interests, and our blueprint, our the initiation of wanting to experience reality came from the heart of source of all, the life of all creation, and each being holds like a specific soul desire. Okay, so there's beings that will desire to experience being a tree. Other beings will desire to experience being a rose or a flower. Other beings, a mermaid, and other etherical realms, and things like that. So for us to be able to experience physicality, we will have to go first through being elementals. So we first start with being, elementals, literally, like fire, water, and things like that. Well, plasma is the first one, actually. And then we start moving up and through the elemental world into being minerals. We become minerals, and then our soul, our consciousness will experience, we go to school there. We have schools for being elementals, and we will go to those experiences, and then we will jump into being vegetables or plants or trees. Well, actually, the difference between plants and trees is that elementals live on the plants and things like that, vegetables, fruits. But for trees, they're not elementals. They're elemental divas. They're geniuses. Like they're divas. There's like a higher hierarchy. So we go through that. We go through those schools. We become an onion. We become an orange or things like, or a rose. Yes. And then we're able to ascend and to become an animal. So our soul will experience being an animal. Okay. And yeah, it's beautiful. We learned how to maneuver bodies at the stage of animals. And there's actually, there are plants that like they're halfway into being like moving. Like, for example, there's the carnivore plants. They actually go like this. When I was in Brazil, there was this plant. I don't know the name of it, but when you touch it, like it'll go like this. Que sí que feel you. And then it opens up with the sun, it closes, but if you touch it, it'll just go like this or close up. It's beautiful. They're alive because they have consciousness. We have consciousness. So we go through being through the vegetable, I forgot what is the flora realms, and then we go into the animal realms, and we experience being a tiger or a jaguar or things like that. And then we learn to maneuver our bodies. We learn how to move bodies. So the final stage is having a human vessel. And human having a consciousness inside a human vessel requires a lot of practice too. So we incarnate and reincarnate and reincarnate until we're able to maneuver what our soul desires is. Like, what is our soul desiring? And then we're able to experience it, and then the soul feels fulfilled, and then a new desire comes along, right? So in the Tibetan Buddha traditions, they call this the samsara wheel, which has 108. What that means is that we're given 108 opportunities to experience a human vessel and to learn how, master our soul inside our vessel. Okay, that was like the original plan, and it was supposed to be fun and have delicious experience, pleasurable experience. Because when you're able to experience your soul and your body, like I have, like I'm at the point that like I feel my soul, like it's the other way around. My soul feels my body, and it feels like pleasure. Like I don't know how to explain it. It just feels good. Like, oh, my body feels good. So that was like the main purpose, right? So we go through all those stages, but then we were not planning, that there were some rascals were gonna come. That was along the Lemurian era. Some rascals were gonna come, and I call them rascals because okay, I'll get more serious, like negative aliens or negative invaders or just evil. Okay, just evil beings came from other planet or extraterrestrial beings that were very evil, and yeah, we have to get deep into that too, but another video. So they came and they kind of mess with humanity's original seed, which was very innocent, and the evil infiltrated the world, and then everything kept going down until we're right here. I'm gonna go deeper into that in other videos, but today I'm focusing on this because I have to get into the blueprints. Okay, so Gaia created this reality. She created herself as a planet, and a whole lot of beings co-created with her. And we have all these libraries of wisdom and knowledge, and when you could go into anything, you could learn anything from Gaia. You could learn from the elementals, the trees, the rocks, the temples, ancient temples. The cenotes are coming in today. This morning, a cenote is calling me, but I don't know where it's at. When I figure it out, I'll probably visit it, but it's been calling me for a while. It wants me to activate it because it holds ancient Lemurian Atlantic codes, and it wants me to activate those codes. I have activated other cenotes, but this one that's reaching out to me in the astral, I have no idea where it's at on Earth. So I communicate. I'm an oracle, and what that means is that when I speak, it's Gaia that's speaking. Ascended Mother Gaia Sophia, Christ is speaking. The divine is speaking. That's what it means. So the cenote is coming in and it's visiting me, and it wants me to visit it. But I'll just try to connect to it and transmit whatever it wants. It has beautiful turquoise waters. Okay, so Gaia created this beautiful paradise for us to experience, and all these beings, we wanted to experience it, and here we are as a soul trying to experience a desire. So now, what are twin flames? Twin flames, it's basically one soul and two bodies. Actually, it's a big soul with a lot of bodies. With a lot of bodies, one soul could have many bodies. But what the spiritual community means when they say twin flame, it's your counterpart or your counterpart in your blueprint. So there was a blueprint that was created for your soul, and your soul meant to have this other part of you, another being, another body, and you guys are meant to be together and co-create and and make beautiful love. this codes confirmation. Stop it, guys. And enjoy life and travel and create for humanity beautiful creations. Okay, so what does a blueprint mean? A blueprint means that for this physical vessel to exist, there needs to be a certain pattern and density in matter. And so Gaia creates this matter through all the process that I just explained. Elementals, and then we go to the flora, and then it becomes denser, and then until we're able to have the human body. So the human body holds certain information, certain wisdom, and the spiritual community, starseed community, you're gonna find it as codes. Codes, that's how you're gonna find it, or frequencies. So you have an original organic blueprint, okay? And your organic blueprint is connected to the original divine blueprint of Mother Gaia. So what twin flames, when the purpose of twin flames at this point in time is to experience Mother Gaia. But at this point, because she was hijacked and all this evil was introduced into her vessel, what divine unions are doing, or twin flames are receiving codes, frequencies from God, directly from God, from the divine, into their human vessel. And when that happens, what happens is that the distortions that are being held in the body, they balance out, they just heal, or they dissolve, and the original blueprint of the body starts coming back to life. Okay, it starts coming back to life. So basically, sources life, unconditional love, pleasure, fun, joy, just a whole bunch of beautiful things. And for many lifetimes, humans have not been able to experience it correctly. So when source flows through our body, it starts correcting, auto-correcting. We don't really need to do much. We just connect to our heart, and the frequency flows, and then just starts auto-correcting everything. And what happens is that your counterpart and you hold this blueprint, and it's the desire, it's the desire of the soul. It's what the soul desires to experience in those two vessels. So these two vessels are meant to be together, and when they come together, they flow source codes, like the highest available to humanity at this point. But for that to be able to happen, each of the vessels has to go through certain healing and restoration of the original blueprint. So basically, the blueprint is a structure, a foundation that the soul created to experience what it desired. So, for example, in my case, I am an oracle. I am an artist. I am a galactic and intergalactic light weaver. But in deeper connections, I also hold a lot of alchemy codes and psychic protection. Yes, and this is kind of funny because I won't say it. Like a lot of divine masculines hold a lot of warfare and just war codes. That's the way Mama wants it to come in. Just a lot of spiritual warfare codes. And in my case, I hold a lot of psychic protection. So I'm able to be present, and I'm able to see a lot of things that people do not see, and I'm just I just go deep into the mind, and it took a lot of lifetimes. It's not a one lifetime thing. So what happens is, because we're going through all this clearing, all this beautiful, we're just clearing a lot of distorted timelines. Don't worry if you don't know what that is yet. I will get to timelines in other videos, because we're healing a lot of distorted timelines and helping us and send the Mother Gaia come into correct coherence. Well, what happens is that the two vessels, whether they're physically together or not, they're working together. And how does that happen? because the soul is the one that's guiding each individual vessel. And what I could tell you, I will get more into my personal twin experience and other videos. For now, it's not coming in like that for some reason. But in my case, it's just weird. I'll just say it like that. It's just weird. Like, I'm working on myself. I'm just doing what I have to do, and my twin is doing the exact same thing, but in a different, total different way. And that just doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but to him and me, it does. Like, I hope a lot of trust for him, and I just understand that, I just understand him, and he understands me, and we just click. And we're just working on the same thing, even without speaking. Yes, we do hold telepathic communication, and I do hold telepathic communication with other parts of my soul, other beings that are part of my soul, in the 144,000 frequency. But with the twin, it's different. It's like, it's just weird. It's not even telepathy anymore. It's like, it's you. It's you thinking. It's just you. Or you being who you are, like being your soul. Being your soul. It's not even telepathy anymore. It's beyond that. It's a very strange experience. But the more you go into that experience of just experiencing your being, your soul, it's like all the doubts start fading away, and you just love this person so much, because it's like, wow, that's me in another body. It's so crazy. So the blueprint is the structure, the physical structure, in many dimensions that the soul created to experience itself in physicality, in the reality, physical reality, and have an experience that it desires to experience. And in this time, the soul is taking advantage of that experience to assist Mother Gaia in her ascension. Okay? So when the two vessels are able to finally come into balance, they're able to come together in the physical and co-create what the soul is desiring to experience. And this is where it gets fun, because it's the same soul. So you don't have to fake anything. You don't have to pretend anything, or insinuate anything. You just have to be yourself. And it just happens that your counterpart is gonna fit exactly in, because it's the same soul. You don't have to fake anything. You just have to be who you are. Yeah. Okay, and so that's the blueprint, and the correct organic blueprint. Okay. And what's coming in also is war tactics. So because humanity has been invaded with so much evil, what the counterparts are being asked to do is not only to create that desire for the soul, but to assist Mother Gaia. And that's where war tactics come in. But I'm just gonna speak it from my experience. So a lot of people think war tactics are how you think, or manipulation, or things like that. But when it comes from source, it's different, because it's the divine. It's the one that's guiding. It could even be considered the solution of war. That's how I like to see it. So war tactics, when it comes to the divine, is actually the solution of war. And it requires very, very strong souls to be able to hold this template and this remembrance and this mission that twin flames are holding. So a lot of people will be like, yeah, I want my twin flame, and I want all the superpowers, because twin flames, we have a lot of psychic and spiritual powers, and and just beautiful experiences. And a lot of people want those, but it requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of work. So if you're thinking that you're gonna experience your twin flame just, sipping on tea, it's not gonna happen, okay? You need to work for it. Like, I'm just gonna say from the beginning, a lot of people don't like to hear that. Yes, you need to understand what balance is, and to understand you're worthy. But one thing is understanding you're worthy of unconditional love, and another thing is that we live in a fucked up reality. I'm just gonna say it like that. So there's anger coming in because, yes, we do deserve to be living in pleasure and in peace, but that's not the reality right now. So wake up and smell the coffee. Wake up, like, that's not our reality right now. So you want to experience that? Good. Good. Because now you have a purpose for your life. But you have to put in the work, because twin flames at this time, that's what we're here for, to bring back that reality. So we're bringing back the reality of love, of, paradise. We're bringing it back, but it's not here yet. So yes, we're meant to experience that. That's, we're worthy. We deserve to experience. We don't supposed to be doing anything to deserve it. But that's not the reality right now. So twin flames are being asked to bring this reality back. How do we do that? Through our own vessel, through loving ourselves, through working on ourselves, through remembering our sacredness. And that requires a lot of unconditional love. And yeah, it has required a lot of unconditional love from my part, and to take a lot of hits. A lot. Like, there's a lot of things that I speak on publicly, and there's a lot of things that I will not speak about to anyone. All I could tell you is I do not want anybody getting hurt. I do not want anybody getting hurt. And that's why I love myself so much. That's why I love myself, and I take so much care of myself. But that does not mean I'm just crossing my hands the whole day, hope it gets here. No, I'm doing what I have to do to make it a reality, because that's my mission as a twin flame. So yes, I'm not gonna lie, the experience of finding your twin flame, does your twin flame find you, or do you find your twin flame? You find each other. You find each other. Actually, it's the soul that brings you both together. You just work on yourself, and then one day your twin flame is in your face like this. It's right in your face. You won't believe it. You're like, is this even real? And at the beginning I had a lot of doubts. Sometimes I still do. But the more I go into my soul, and the more frequency from my soul that comes and restores me, it's just like, damn, that's me in another body. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird. So word tactics with the divine is different, but it requires a lot of trust in the divine. And unfortunately, in my case, it required for me to go through a lot of humiliation and a lot of attacks, and just a lot of healing that was needed for humanity. But the reason my soul is able to do this is because my soul is very powerful. I have been trained through many lifetimes. No, I am not an old soul. I'm an ancient soul. I'm one of the ancient ones. One of the ancient ones, okay? Ancient one. Please understand, it's Gaia speaking. I'm an ancient soul. Ancient one. Okay, I think that's all that's coming in for twin flames today. Let me just make sure. Yeah, also, yes, I was trained in word tactics through many lifetimes. And there's this, like I mentioned, there's like a egotistic way of going through war tactics, and then there's a divine way. And the way I was trained was, through my soul. It's very different. It's very different. When people think you're going right, you're actually going left. When people think you're getting close, you're getting far away from them. When people think you're going away, way far away from them, you're getting really close. How do we do this? How do we know this? It's the divine that's guiding us. It's the soul. You have to learn to trust your soul. It takes a lot of guts to trust your twin flame. It takes a lot of guts to trust somebody you don't know, but you know. Like, it's just weird because you know them completely, but you don't know anything about them. And that is the craziest thing you will ever experience. They're telling me to wrap it up here. Okay, that's it. Beloved soul, thank you for tuning in. I hope it helps you in your own twin flame journey. And, I'll come back when the divine guides me to. Have a beautiful day. Yes, I love you.